Hello, everybody. I am Felicia,
And I am Valencia.
and welcome to our Week 8 challenge, which is all about finding a quiet place to connect with God, somewhere in your home where you can sit and be still and be quiet in His presence. And also in that space, including a vision board or your vision book or somewhere where you can constantly refer to the promises that God has placed on your heart. And as you may or may not be able to see, my vision board in the background here in my bedroom because this is where I usually spend time with God.
Amen. Amen. I'm totally with Felicia. So we are going to reiterate this week. If you do not have it, you need to create a sacred place where you commune with God on a daily basis. And we get it. Nobody's perfect. Sometimes we miss a day, but the goal is to make this a priority, make it something that you do as a habit. Spend time with God. And you may say, well, why do I need to create a space? I can talk to God anywhere. That is true. But I have found in my own experience since God told me that I needed to create a prayer room in my home, that when you have to walk past a space, like a physical space that you see, you can't deny this responsibility. You can't deny that you missed your appointment with God. It's so easy for us at times because we don't have a visible God who we can see in the flesh today, that we'll make up excuses or try to put God as an afterthought or in the back of our minds. But in creating a sacred space, this is something that you can begin to prioritize, and you'll find yourself communing with God more often. And that has been my experience. To reiterate what Felicia has said, in this sacred space for myself, I have vision books, I have prayer journals, devotionals. She's also mentioned the vision board, which you've heard us write about or read us write about in the past or spoke about in the past. Additionally, if you've been paying attention to our group page this week, even our personal pages, we've been putting up affirmations. Felicia's been putting up affirmations in the morning, and I have been taking the evening watch. And to that point, along with God asking us to talk about these sacred spaces today, He also instructed us to put up affirmations in our sacred spaces. Flip the screen so that you can see a little bit about what I'm talking about in my own particular prayer room here. So just yesterday, I added, to the left you'll see a huge paper here that has some affirmations that Valencia wrote down for herself. And then to the right of that, you'll see my prayer wall, which looks empty right now, and that is for my own personal reasons. And in the center of it, you see peace, and it says peace through any and all circumstances. So if you do not do these things, I totally encourage you to do them. Again, this deals with just writing the vision and making it plain, as we know about in Habakkuk 2:2. So, again, with these affirmations, to be perfectly honest with you, I myself have had an interesting week, an interesting few weeks actually, where I'm dealing with different hurdles in my life, different battles, and it's so easy for negative thoughts or doubt to creep in. And if you remember, our assignment for last week was to conquer doubt. So I don't know about for you in your life, but in my life, whenever I take a charge to conquer something, I'm going to be tested in it even more so. So in terms of eliminating negative thoughts and trying to conquer them, you're going to need to keep your affirmations in front of you. You're going to need to remind yourself of the promises of God. You're going to need to remind yourself of the vision that God declared that that's going to manifest in your life. Okay, so you may be attacked by all sides, but you have to remember that you are victorious because God said so. And since it's you and you're walking in this physical realm, and sometimes it feels like we walk alone, it's good to have something that you can see in front of your face. So this week, again, we're challenging everybody to create a sacred space for you to commune with God. And I'm going to reverse this camera back to myself. So please join Felicia and I. Make a sacred space so you can meet with God. He longs to spend time with us. It could be, I know that we have old gospel songs that make note of people going into prayer closets. So if you just have a closet to go in and do it, you know. If there's a small corner in your bedroom, do so. But the point is, don't forsake this opportunity. God is tugging on each of our hearts. He's calling out to us. Create a sacred space. Allow us to be time to be with God and remind you of doing so. I know this was a bit of a wordier message tonight, but God allowed this to weigh very heavily on our hearts, and we knew it was something that we needed to emphasize. So if there be nothing else, I just want to encourage you all and know that you are not alone, and know that God has your back through every endeavor, through every challenge that you may be facing this week. God bless you, and push.